Yeah.
So I can call the meeting to order. It's
Yeah, I don't know when.
7:01. We'll start by saying the pledges. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So we'll start with attendance and approval, appointment of alternates, and apparently George will not be here tonight, so do I have a motion to put Christine in as a voting member?
I'll make a motion to have Kristen be a voting member for tonight's meeting.
Second.
Discussion, on favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented for March 20th, 2024.
Going back to 1900.
Hey, it's been a long day.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Approval of minutes from our regular meeting from January, see, I'm going back. Before,
I will make a motion to approve the Board of Finance regular meeting minutes from February 21st, 2024.
Second.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Public participation, anybody like to say anything before we start? Okay. Communications, I have none.
I have none.
None, okay.
Nope.
Monthly reports, moving down to the town, 2023-2024 financials.
I don't think there's anything in here that you don't know about already. We haven't seen anything drastic changing. I did some end of the year estimates, and those are the transfers you have before you, with the exception of one that I sent late today. And that was CRT, the person who provides our meals for at the congregate meals at the senior center 5 days a week, and our Meals on Wheels program is limiting their funding, so they run out of funds because they were using COVID funds. And they have ceased, so they are limiting what they're gonna give us. So we need a transfer so they can provide meals the other days. So the people aren't going without getting meals. But they did also stop new people from joining Meals on Wheels.
Oh.
So that will be done.
No, I'm assuming there'll be an impact for next year too from this.
Well, last time it wasn't, it was only the year, but we don't know. It could be going, the last time it happened was in 2019.
Okay.
And a lot of business people and community groups stepped up and did lunch talks in place of. So they would go and talk about something like a health wise and then provide the lunch. So
I looked over the reports. I don't have any questions. Anybody have any questions for any of the reports?
oh, I think somebody did have a CNR question. Page 19. They wanted to know where the solar impact payments were coming, and it's the fourth account down under selectmen. It says impact expense and has $600,000 in there. Nothing's been spent. Those are the two $300,000 payments that we have received. They're in there as the budget, but nothing's spent. It's on 19, page 24.
Oh, 19.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's the fourth item down. Starts with impact. So that's where the gravel pit solar money is coming from. We're coming to.
Any other questions? Okay. Board of Ed 23-24 financials.
Kind of similar to what Amy kind of shared, we don't have anything really pressing to share with you guys. Where we've had some really productive finance subcommittee meetings, board meetings. We've looked at some end of year numbers, and we've been kind of plugging away at the 25 budget as well. So if you guys have specific questions, I'm happy to answer them, but other than that, nothing to really report.
Your estimate for year end, do you have an approximate number? What do you think you're gonna stop, finish?
Yeah, we just reviewed the report. So, I mean, so we just had our projections and not to make anyone fringe, but it would show that, we're 100,000 short. That being said, we have, anticipated changes with special ed that will, once they go in effect, make that number, more balanced. We're anticipating those changes not going to be, being confirmed till April 1st. So, but everything indicates, that we've had some things that worked against us in special ed. We've recently gotten some updates that have worked in our favor, that will balance that out.
Okay.
Right now, I mean, we feel confident that we're in this shape, and that's with conservative estimates for utilities and fuel, meaning that like, we would expect, once those invoices, come back, that would, open up some funds to.
Thank you.
What day are we doing Board of Ed budget workshop?
April 8th.
It's on the, perfect, thank you.
I will send those out. I figured after this meeting,
Okay.
because the public hearing isn't until next Wednesday.
Yep.
And then we start workshops Wednesday, Thursday, the next Tuesday, and then the following Monday.
Okay, but you'll get us a schedule.
I have
Okay.
actually agendas all done,
Oh,
so I will post them all
Okay.
with the town clerk and then send them to everybody.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Yep.
Amy, you got people waiting in the waiting room.
Oh,
And, just
Thank you,
piggyback
Jason.
off of that, for the Board of Ed, we just submitted, late this afternoon, very late this afternoon. Our,
oh, that's weird. Noreen was already in.
FY 25 budget, and Munis along with our budget booklet. So you'll have the information, both ways, and you'll have it a week ahead of time, before we present, along with, prior to the April, 8th workshop.
Thank you.
I did send them the budget that, Jess sent me today.
Oh,
They got it, they got an email already.
All right, yeah, yeah, so I think we got in at 3:59.
Okay, any questions for, other questions?
Yeah.
We got 31 minutes, right?
Is it 4:30? We called the guy in 5 minutes. You know what, we're better off thinking it's 4 o'clock, honestly.
Alrighty, fiscal year 23-24 transfers. Let's see here. We have the extra one that Amy just handed out, and first one on the list is number 23. Have a motion to approve monthly request number 23.
I will make a motion to approve the transfer $150,000 from debt principal to legal town council to transfer funds to cover additional expenses for the FY 23-24 year.
Second. Second. Discussion.
Do we expect to need any additional transfers for legal for the rest of the year? Do we-
This is my best guess as of right now. The biggie was a $60,000 settlement with John Watts, which was attorney that was here before I was here.
Yeah,
That was in current year. And, but this is my guess of what we will need by the end of the year.
okay,
So hopefully we don't need any more.
okay.
Any other discussion? Seeing those, all those in favor of transfer request number 23, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 24,
Okay, I will make a motion, to transfer the amount of $20,000 from debt principal to single stream recycling to transfer funds to cover for additional expenses for our 23-24 year.
second. Discussion. I assume that we just,
My answer would be the same thing.
okay.
It's my best guess what it will be at the end of the year. If you looked at the current reports, they're not over yet. But if you do those math of that same amount the rest of the year, we're gonna be over in all three sanitation categories. So actually, this one and the next two are all sanitation related transfers, and it's mostly a tonnage thing.
Okay, so,
People are using more, people are throwing away more. I mean,
I'm assuming, do we have that, like, starting to account for that in next year's request? Yeah, okay.
To just piggyback off that, yes, there is, but to Amy's point, how much are people gonna throw away?
Yeah.
It's a guess.
Okay. All right, thank you.
any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of transfer request number 24, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 25.
Make a motion for a transfer of request number 25. For $20,000 from debt principal to collection for sanitation. Transfer fund to additional cost of 2323.
Right, any discussion?
Second,
Oh,
need a second.
Oh, second,
sorry.
sorry.
Discussion,
You need your second, you can do that. Is this the same thing?
all right, all those in favor of transfer request number 25, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. 26,
I'll make a motion to transfer $10,000 from debt principal to disposal, to transfer those funds to cover the additional expenses for FY 23-24.
is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, proceed to vote. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 27,
I will make a motion to transfer $2,000 from debt principal to probate to cover additional expenses for FY 23-24. It looks like activities and fees.
So probate is within one of the activities and fees. Some of them are associations, some of them are where we give like cemetery money or the Melrose School or American Heritage. And this one happens to be one of them. Somehow we missed the budget. It should have been $32,060, $3,260, and we only budgeted $1,490. Somehow, I don't know, we totally missed the budget, and last year was almost 3,000. So the 3,000 is more a reasonable number. And it's just a share of the regional probate. We get 13% of whatever their costs are. And 3,260 is the right number.
And we'll see that again. That's all noted for this upcoming year.
It's correct this year.
It's
And it's correct this year.
perfect. Thank you.
ready? Any further discussion? Seeing none?
Second,
Yes. Did I have a discussion? No, because you asked a question before, no, we did not. Do you have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Transfer request number 28.
Make a motion, request number 28. Transfer $2,000 from debt principal to FYI salary. For the cover the funds for 23-24.
For a second,
Second,
discussion. This is for,
This is
Selectman's office. I did the estimates of everybody for the 26 payrolls in the end of the year, and we've got a couple of departments that will be short. Some will be short lesser, like I think my department will be short like $32. But I can cover that in my part-time line. Other people don't have any other salary lines to cover it from, like assessor and selectman, and those are the two I brought as transfers because they don't have anywhere to cover it from.
gotcha. Further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of transfer request number 28, please signify by saying
I,
aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Request number 29.
make a motion to transfer $1,500 from debt principal to full-time salary, to cover additional expenses for FY 23-24.
And that one's the assessor.
Second,
second.
discussion.
Same reason.
Yep.
Seeing none, all those in favor, transfer request number 29, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 30,
I'll make a motion to transfer $1,150 from debt principal to recognition to cover additional expenses for FY 23-24.
second. Discussion.
Is this one?
Where we buy our awards for, like 5 years, 10 years, or for people who get recognized with a plaque from the Board of Selectmen. We're short, and next year we adjusted the budget, but we were short $150 this year. But there's more expenses coming for the rest of the year, so I did 1,100, I think. Yeah, 1,150, so I can cover what we're already short plus some for the rest of the year.
Further discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor of transfer request number 30, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. All right, and then the one that was just handed to us a few minutes ago, number 31.
All right, I'll make a motion to transfer $5,000 from debt principal to foods, to cover the meals that CRT is no longer providing for East Windsor for 23-24 fiscal year.
Second.
And as kind of mentioned earlier, any further questions or discussion?
No.
Seeing none, all those in favor of transfer request number 31, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Great. Ready, so that finishes up transfers, now reconciliation on the town side.
We are bankrupt all the way through February.
Huey?
Still January. But we do have a plan, we're on top of it.
Good.
Question, do you think that with your plan to get through February, is that a plan that you'll be able to sustain month over month to stay more on top of?
Yeah, so I would say like 90% of the work is done. We basically import, they call them BAI files from the bank now, so. In Munis, you upload that, it'll automatically show like when checks clear, any outstanding checks. So that's the vast majority of our reconciliation. There's a number of like little like manual journal entries or maybe little revenue pieces to book. That we're kind of going through right now. So I don't foresee it taking much time to get back on top of that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, number 9, Board of Selectmen updates referrals.
So at your seats tonight, I left a copy of my FY 24-25 budget message, as well as the Board of Selectmen's recommended budget for the next fiscal year. I'll be making a more formal presentation next Wednesday. But you can, at your leisure, peruse the budget message. It covers all of the highlights that I typically include, and I'm happy to take any questions you all have about this or about the presentation, either tonight or next Wednesday.
And I did electronically send this to everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Questions for Jason, Elise?
Not today.
Hit me, I'm ready.
I know you're ready now. I'm not ready to ask questions today.
All right. Board of Education.
Yes, as far as just some updates as far as the school system. Since we last met, we were able to secure a competitive summer enrichment grant for over $183,000. That's in partnership with Melissa Montesi and Park and Rec. But basically it's a 6-week program. Students at the elementary age can attend in 2-week sessions, so they could attend first 2 weeks, second 2 weeks, last 2 weeks, or the entire 6 weeks. They do an academic based program in the morning that's literacy based. Breakfast and lunch are provided, and then they get transported to the res for the camp portion. It also includes an attendance incentive in which they reach a certain attendance. I believe it's either 80 or 90%. I believe it's 80, attending 8 out of 10 sessions, and they earn a field trip to Sunny's Place. So we're really excited about this, excited what it provides to our families and kids, and it's all free of charge based on the grant. So it's highly competitive, and we feel very proud that we were able to secure that, get that for our families in East Windsor. On another note, we just had parent teacher conferences March 6th, 7th, and 8th. Those went very well across all 3 schools. Yesterday, we recognized students at the middle school and high school by the North Central Chamber of Commerce for their acts of kindness. It was attended by myself and the first selectman. It's always great to see the choices that the kids make as far as where they make the donations to. This Friday, we have the East Windsor PD against our East Windsor High School students in a charity basketball game fundraiser. The game's at 5 p.m. You can buy tickets at Park and Rec, and the money raised will support Parks and Rec camp as far as students.
Patrick, it's at 5, not 6.
Oh, it was 5. I'll check. maybe I put in my, I'll come proud, look at the Facebook post.
Yeah, that's what.
So,
Oh, so I also have 6 on my
do
calendar.
you? All right, you guys are probably right.
Could be wrong, so. Let me know.
Yeah, give me a minute, I'll look that back up.
6.
6, is it? All right, I apologize, 6, sorry.
We're on
I made
either
everyone
early.
Nervous. Friday, April 5th, PTO is hosting family bingo, and then Friday, April 5th and Saturday, April 6th, the high school has their production of Snoopy. So if you attended Cinderella last year, it was very well performed, and I expect just the same outstanding performance this year. So a lot of positive things happening in the school district.
Thank you. Move on to new business. CIP analysis, it is attached to our, packet.
So because we're starting budget season, this is kind of just what's happening so far this year. As last year's beginning balance, current allocations, if we made any transfers or additional appropriations, which we have not done any additional appropriations at this point. Interfund transfers, the 2,500 that's in there for planning, they were gonna be short in their overall project costs, so we transferred it from her professional services line in planning. Other transfers are moving it from unallocated to specific projects where we needed money. We did 2 transfers to the assessor for the reval. We were short $21,000 for that, after doing the second one in 2 years. And then the other 30 went to the gas pumps. Nope, it went to a drainage at the park. And those are the only transfers we've made, and so then everything else is what we've actually spent out of the accounts, and then the ending balances as of the end of February.
So as of right now, there's $5.2 million in approved CIP for projects that have not been completed, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And some of them are like, if you look at the Broadbrook Fire one,
Yeah,
it's for their truck when it gets there.
Yep.
So they're gonna have a big payment that has to be made. So right now they have $457,000, and we are paying the debt service payments out of there. But there's actually gonna be a deposit that's owed once the truck shows up. And we borrowed the rest, but we already got the money, already paid it to the leasing company. But that's why we're making lease payments already, and the truck isn't here. But the down payment we're supposed to pay on delivery has not been paid yet. So that's one of the biggies. The 600,000, we already talked about the gravel pit solar infrastructure money. The Board of Ed has 200,000 for their HVAC at the Broadbrook Elementary School. Really nothing else really big. 679 left in pavement, but as you see, we've already spent 1.3 million this year. And the school engineering, we still have 358 of the 400,000 that we did. And it's kind of on pause because of the whole, what do we do with our school question that has come up? And that's it really for big ones. Unless anybody has any specific questions on the specific project.
any other questions? Great. Very good. Actually, the biggest one is the community center one. All right, sounds good. Next one will be budget meeting dates, 11, budget meeting dates.
Yeah, I'd like to cancel April 4th. We didn't have enough, once I spread out the 5 agendas, we didn't really have enough.
No.
So I moved it to the 2nd. So I'd like to cancel April 4th.
Yeah, but we only had 3, like, groups that night, right?
Yeah, we had the fire department and like 3 small groups with them.
Yeah.
And we only had like 5 small groups on the other night. So I moved them all together
On April 2nd.
on April 2nd. So I'd really like a motion to cancel the 4th.
Yes, I didn't have the 4th on my calendar, so I'll make a motion to cancel April 4th.
It was newly added last month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems
Well,
well.
I didn't care about it. I didn't even add it to my plan. So, yeah, motion to cancel the budget meeting for April 4th of 2024.
Second that.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, Oh, I guess I missed, skipped over board member comments, so we'll go back to that. And none, Tom, also.
I just, ready to get into budget season. I appreciate everyone's, diligence during this time. I know that it's a difficult time for everyone with the property evaluations and just I think people are just scared of where we're going. So as we jump into this, I just want to make sure that we're all mindful at the end of the day that we're all working towards the same goal. And just to be respectful of each other and just know that, we all love this town and we're just doing our best, so.
I reiterate what everything Nicole just said.
Oh, I have nothing.
Yeah, just kind of follow up and for the board, when Amy posts the agendas, it'll mention which departments or groups are gonna be in front of us. Take a few minutes to look over their requests in the budget book that we all received before the meeting. And any changes that the selectmen have made will be presented to us. If you have any questions you may want to ask for the group when it comes, it just makes the meeting go a little bit quicker and easier. And I think we'll all be fine as a group and plenty of good discussion, so. I hope the outcome will be one that everybody will like. With that, there's no other comments or questions. We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make-
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
All right. Spend more time.
I already saw
So good. I live in West.
I live in West.
Yeah.
Not yet.